Welcome to the latest episode of Talking Season. I'm your host, Ryan McNeil. I'm joined by Florida Gators linebacker Jeremiah Scooby Williams. Thank you for your time today.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
So how and when did you fall in love with football?
The story is actually kind of crazy. Growing up, my mom didn't want me to play football. She thought it was too dangerous for her baby boy. So I didn't play when I was 4. I think, Alabama, you can play when you was 4. And until my granddad actually forced me to go out on the field. So he basically took me from my mama, gave me some pads helmet, and just sent me to practice. And then he seen how good I was. He told my mom, and ever since then, it's just been like, I'm a football player.
You're one of the top 2021 recruits. Why was Florida a great fit for you?
First of all, I wanted to get out the state. I feel like I got strong connections in Alabama, but I wanted to get outside the state and make connections with people from outside of Alabama. And my mom's a school teacher, actually. So Florida is like top 5 academic and athletically. So I want to get best of both worlds. I came here. I had a great position coach who recruited me. I had a great connection with him. Been knowing him for like 3 years, even before I came to Florida. So I had a great connection with all the coaches. I love the facilities, academics. It just wasn't nothing just holding me back.
So you mentioned you're born in Alabama. You're playing at Florida. Why is the SEC the best football conference?
SEC the best football conference because first to start with the coaches. They got some of the best coaches because the players are always gonna be players, but if you got talent, you're gonna need somebody to coach that talent. So I just feel like the SEC got the best coaches in the nation. So we got a lot of coaches with great athletes. It just makes the rivalry and it makes the tension, makes the game that much more better. Like other conferences, they have like great coaches and great athletes, but the SEC is coaches with years of experience, like Nick Saban, Dan Mullen, Kirby Smart, all the coaches. So yeah, I just feel like it's the coaches, the coaching player combination, and then you got the crowd. I don't think the crowd's crazy in SEC compared to other conferences. So yeah.
The crowds even travel well. I was in Indianapolis last month, the national championship, Alabama, Georgia, both schools that their fans were just unbelievable. It was fantastic. Now, who is a team that you personally love to play against? To go back home and play against the Tide? Is Georgia because of Coach Mullins? Who is an SEC team that you love to play against because it gets you hyped, or just maybe it's a rivalry game for Florida? Who's a school that you love to play against?
School that I would love to play against would most definitely be Georgia, because you think we hate Florida State, like that rivalry right there, that's crazy. But yeah, it'd probably be Georgia. Georgia got great talent, great coaches. Like I was saying, great players, great coaches. It just leads to a great game. So yeah, I got much respect for Georgia.
What's been the best college football game day experience that you've had so far? I'm assuming it's a home game. Maybe it's a road game. So far, what's been the best game day experience?
It has to be either when Bama played here or when Florida State came. I'm gonna have to say Bama though, because we was undefeated. Bama was undefeated. Came down to the wire. The crowd was into it from the jump. SEC game day was there. College game day was there. It was crazy.
You mentioned that when you got recruited to Florida, you had a connection with one of the coaches for 3 years. Right. Is that coach there still, or did everything shift? And if so, what has that been like this offseason, getting acclimated to new coaches and all those kind of adjustments that come along with that?
Yeah, the coach I had that recruited me for 3 years, his name was Christian Robinson. He actually went to Auburn this offseason. It was sad to see him go because I built like three-year relationship. He got close to my parents, and it was just it was a tough pill to swallow. But change is necessary. Change is necessary, and you got to embrace change. So this offseason, I met the new coaches. They just got here not too long ago, and just with them, it's just with them. They just their main thing is building our trust, because they realize that we didn't commit to play for this style, but they feel like in time we'll have enough trust for them. So they're just building our trust right now. And, I got a cool linebacker coach. I got a cool strength and conditioning staff. Coach Napier is a great coach from what I've seen so far. And, we're just ready to work and ready to get to know our coaches better.
What's it like getting a sack or making a big play and Gator fans just going bonkers? Like, is that how much adrenaline does that trigger in you? Like, how much does it get you hyped just feeding off the fans?
It's kind of surreal actually, because like coming from high school, you might have a couple hundred, but when you go from a couple hundred to 90,000, this kind of surreal. And then once you make a play like a sack, a pig, a PBU, it's really like all your hard work, like the long nights in the study room, and like the hard work in the off season just come to pay off. So it's like a sigh of relief knowing everything is paying off, and it's just the crowd bringing in, showing their love. So it's a great feeling actually.
So you mentioned that your mom's a teacher. You mentioned that you have connections back in Alabama, but you want new ones in Florida. I
Mhm.
wonder if you can kind of summarize what it's been like and what sticks out about your journey from being a high school student to a college athlete. What would have been some highs? What have been some lows? What sticks out from that journey from being an elite high school player to getting to the SEC playing football for Florida?
I'm gonna start with the lows. They told me this during the recruiting process, but I never thought it was true. Leaving the state is hard because like I grew up in Birmingham, so I was like ready to get out of Birmingham. But now that I first got here, I was homesick. Like I missed all my friends. I missed my parents. And then it's like it's kind of hard because once you've been living somewhere for 18 years and you come to this new place, don't know anybody, trying to get to know new people, know new friends, make new friends. That was kind of like the hardest part for me. And then not playing as much as you did in high school because you realize everybody here is good. You know what I'm saying? Everybody here is great. And it's the SEC. So mainly upping your competition level, just upping your ability as a whole, because everybody here is good. And some highs for me would probably be just just a Saturday. Saturdays, going from the off season, the training camp. Training camp is that was a wake up call. I ain't gonna hold you. Training camp was a wake up call. But just making it to Saturdays to play ball with your family, play ball with your new homeboys that I met. That's really would be the high for me.
So, with your mom being a teacher and with Florida being one of the top academic schools, I'm
Mhm.
curious how your first year of school is going or how it went. And I asked that because I remember my first year university, I almost dropped out because the culture, just going from high school, even academics, just to university, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't imagine on top of that the pressure in a good way from your mom to succeed academically, but also you're
Mhm.
balancing being an athlete as well. How tough
Right.
has that challenge been going from high school to being an SEC athlete at Florida with some really high expectations academically as well?
Me growing up all my life, I was never allowed to bring anything below a B. So I've always had like you can have a high motor when it comes to the football field, and I always had a high motor when it comes to academics. So me growing up, I always went to like my elementary school was like top. They gave me the most work. Like elementary, middle school, high school, I always went to the school that gave you the most work. Like it was never a day I didn't have homework. So coming here, it wasn't really much a difference, especially the tutors and like the because we have like it's called a Hawkins Center, and it's basically like a student athlete facility just for like academics, right? So basically they give you the tools in order to succeed. If you don't succeed here, it's mainly because you don't want to succeed. So yeah, they give us the tools, great people, great tutors to help advisors. They plan out your week, they tell you what you got to do, and it's just up to you to do it. So me personally, I think I did pretty good. I had A's and B's my first semester. Right now I'm on pace to have SEC academic honor roll. It's not really a change to me. It's just really like, okay, now I got to do it by myself because I was at home, my mom, but now I'm on my own actually doing it. So yeah, it's not really that much harder.
Congratulations on the SEC all
Appreciate that.
academic or all honors. I think you said that's a
Yeah,
great accomplishment.
appreciate
Final
that.
question for you. I love to hear what athletes are passionate about away from their sport. So away from the football field, what are some things that you are passionate about? Some athletes are passionate about cooking, some are doing community work. What are some things that you love to do? Maybe it's video games. What are some things that you're passionate about away from the football field?
Number one, I love spending time with my friends. Like my home, I just feel like outside of family, well, I was because they is my family. But I just love spending time with my friends. Anytime like I can go back to Birmingham and like the people I grew up with, I love making sure that like Because some people just be Hollywood and forget like who they grew up with and who like they just forget who they is. But I just love embracing like my friends. Anytime I can go out of town with, I'll make sure I do it. I love traveling too. Yeah, I like traveling. I'm trying to go on a cruise spring break. So yeah, I love traveling. I'm passionate about traveling. I'm passionate about my friends, and I get real passionate about the video game, especially Madden.
Oh, okay. Who's
Especially
your team in Madden?
Packers.
Packers.
Packers. Is there?
Uh,
Packers, but I can play with anybody. But my main team has it got to be the Packers or the Seahawks. Seahawks good too.
Final question for you. Then a quick follow up. When you're back home with your high school buddies and your lifelong buddies there in Alabama, where do you guys love to go eat? What's your go-to food? What's your cheat meal? What do you like to go with buddies?
Well, Birmingham. If you didn't know this about Birmingham, Birmingham is like it has so many good food spots. Like that's the one thing I do miss in Florida. The food there is so different. But I think we love to go to Big Whiskey. I think that might be a Birmingham thing too. But it's a place called Big Whiskey, and you'll go in, order some loaded fries, and after the loaded fries, you get you a drink, and after the drink, you get you a Cajun shrimp pasta. Best thing ever. I swear to God.
Because I'm in Toronto, I'm in Canada, and I'm driving down to
So
Texas
yeah.
next month. And on the way home, I'm trying to figure out some spots to go. And Alabama, a big state, but I think Birmingham's on that route back home. So I'll have a lookout for Big Whiskey for sure then. Thank you.
But then we also do good like wing spots. Like Birmingham known for its wings too. So you go to any wing spot, preferably like Wing Out, Wing Plus, Exotic Wings, JJ Wings, anything with a wing in it. You go there, you go there and you order a 10-piece or 15-piece lemon pepper Cajun ranch fry with a kiki poo or a tang bang. Gonna be the best thing you ever had in your life.
I love lemon pepper wings. That's been my note. Now, do you like lemon pepper with a little bit of brown sugar too? Because I just discovered that twist. I'm like, it's the best thing ever. So lemon pepper with brown sugar.
I never had that. I'm gonna have to try.
It's really, really darn good. All right.
I'm gonna have to try it for sure.
All right, Scooby, thank you for your time today. Greatly appreciate it, and best of luck with the rest of your Florida career.
I appreciate that. Thank you for having me.